All right, so let's talk about the situation that happened where the ICE agent shot into the car and tragically the young lady passed away. We all know about this incident. We all know who it is. Now, I'm a parent, I'm a father, I have a son and a daughter. And, whether it's this incident or a Black Lives Matter incident where somebody got shot by the police or any other incident, I always like to say from every tragedy that happened, there's a lesson to be learned, right? And I think the lesson to be learned from this is that we do have rights here. We can protest, we can march against the government, the police, and everybody else that we feel, is doing something that we don't agree with. And I think that's something that's awesome. But I think when it gets to the point where somebody will take their vehicle, park it in the middle of a group of law enforcement officers, get out of their car, harass and taunt these officers, and not expect to be arrested or expect any consequences, I think that is the problem, right? And I think people feel so emboldened to do that because they understand that law enforcement here in America, as much crap as they may talk about law enforcement here in America and about police brutality, they understand that law enforcement here in America has to show a certain level of restraint. If people here in America were really afraid of the police department and really afraid of law enforcement and felt that law enforcement was, using excessive force, there is no way we would have people getting in the face of law enforcement officers. Now, keep in mind, law enforcement here in the United States walk around with guns. I travel a lot, and I can tell you like this, not every single country law enforcement walks around with guns, or law enforcement walk around with guns, and some pretty big guns at that. So what I take away from this particular incident is the leaders of these activist groups or leaders who want to be activists. They need to be able to speak to people participating in their protests and be able to explain to them, look, we don't. At the end of the day, we want to protest. We want our voices to be heard, but at the same time, we have to understand that these officers are human beings as well. They have jobs to do, they have families to feed, and this is maybe the career that they chose. We don't like the administration. We don't like the directions or the instructions that the administration gave to these people. But at the same time, you can march behind the ICE agents while they're doing their jobs. You can have a loudspeaker and say, hey, ICE is here, ICE is here. But you don't necessarily have to get in their face